Hey everybody, it's Beth with The Interior Life, and today I'm going to teach you how to install peel and stick wallpaper like a pro. The great thing about peel and stick wallpaper is it's easy to apply and remove, so if you're a renter or just like to change your decor often, it's a great solution to add a pop of color and still have that ability to change. So we're going to be doing this wall in my kitchen. I went ahead and hung up the shelves that I'm going to be using. The reason is if I got the shelves crooked, I didn't want to leave holes in my new wallpaper. So I went ahead and put the shelves up first so I can know where those screw marks were and go ahead and put the shelves back on top after the wallpaper is applied. The wallpaper that I selected to use today is the Scott Living brand. I purchased this at Lowe's, and what I like about it is it's a blue sea cloth texture, but it doesn't have a lot of crazy patterns. So if you're new to peel and stick wallpaper, it's great to start with a simple pattern that doesn't require matching or anything like that. So with this one, it didn't matter where everything lined up, it all just fit in there perfectly together. The tools you're going to need for this project are a wallpaper smoothing tool, a razor blade straight edge, and a small roller to get out the bubbles. You're also going to need a tape measure and the longest level that you can find. The first step that I did not record is wiping down your walls. Just take a wet rag and wipe off any dust and let that dry out. So the first step was to find the middle of the wall. I just found my center measurement, made several small marks up and down the wall, and then took my level and then drew a light pencil line going from top to bottom of my wall. So I would have that straight line and make sure that my first row of wallpaper would be set straight. This is a really important step. Do not start on one side of the wall and try to work your way over, because walls are not square. No matter what, your walls are never square. And then when you get over to the other side, you'll find that your wallpaper has gone crooked. Yay, now it's time to wallpaper. So I'm starting at the very top of the wall, and I'm pulling back a few inches of the paper backing to expose the adhesive, and I'm lining the top of that up with the ceiling with a couple of inches of overhang. The reason for this is I can come back later and trim it off, so I can make sure it's exactly in line with the top of my wall. So I'm going to slowly unroll the wallpaper and line it up with the line that I made with my pencil and my level there on the side, so I can make sure it's going on there perfectly straight. And then I'm taking the smoothing tool and just smoothing it out as I go. Now, some helpful hints about peel and stick wallpaper is that you can pull it off and put it back on. However, you have to be very careful with this, as it can stretch out the wallpaper. So you can see as I'm pulling it down, I'm not using any tension to pull it taut or anything. I'm just letting it naturally fall and then smoothing it over with that smoothing tool or my hand. So I do actually have a textured wall. It's called orange peel. It's really popular here in this area, and almost every new home has orange peel texture on their walls. So with this brand, the Scott's Living brand, I found that it stuck really well. It's been 6 months since I've actually put this up, and it's going on there nice and smooth. So you might have saw me put my finger there on that little spot on the wallpaper, and that happened to be where there was a screw. So what I can do, or a hole from a screw. So what I can do after I've gone through and put the wallpaper on is take my razor blade and go ahead and cut out that little screw hole, so I know where to hang my pictures and shelves after I finish installing the wallpaper. So here I'm getting a little bit closer to the bottom. You can see there that that first strip is perfectly lined up. Now down here at the bottom, I'm going to take my straight edge, my razor, and I'm just using the edge of the wallpaper smoother and just kind of pushing that in to create an indentation, and then using the razor blade to cut against the top of my baseboard so that's perfectly straight and level and nice and clean looking. All right, the hard part is over. I've got the first strip of wallpaper up. It is perfectly center and straight in the middle of my wall. And now I'm going to start doing the pieces on either side and go ahead and fill in the whole wall. So with peel and stick wallpaper, it does have a tendency to shrink a little bit after it has been installed. So even though I am lining up the wallpaper panel next to the one already on the wall, I'm actually overlapping it just slightly. I mean by like a hair. So that way, if I do get a little bit of shrinkage after the wallpaper has time to set and cure, it won't be exposing any wall underneath there in between those gaps. So I'll finish working my way out onto both sides of the wall. When I get to the sides, I will have some leftovers because again, our walls aren't perfectly straight, so it's going to overlap a little bit. So just use your straight edge and your smoothing tool to cut the sides just the same way that you did at the very bottom. So here is the completed wallpaper. It's up and it looks so pretty, and I love the pop of color and texture that it's added. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and hang my shelves back up using those pre-drilled holes that I did in the beginning, as well as my artwork, and do some accessorizing. So here's the finished look. I pulled over 2 wooden benches that we have that go to our dining table, but we don't actually use them anymore. So I put those together in the middle with some pillows to decorate with. You can see my kitty cat there on the faux fur. I've got a couple of baskets underneath there for the kids to drop their things in when they come home from school. And then I've put my picture frames up above there. I did alternate the colors of the frame, so I've got black, white, and gold, and used different sizes and orientations for the frames. So I really love the way this turned out. It's a great drop zone for everybody in the house when they come home. They can put their stuff on the bench or sit there and take their shoes on and off and have a way to tuck away everything for the next day. My house doesn't have a mudroom, so this is a great little solution to make sure that everything stays organized, as well as adding a pop of texture and color to that wall, because everything was all the same color in here. So thanks so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see some more tutorials. Bye!